playing some cards, just chilling out.
I saw your tweet. I don't know if it was last night or this morning. I was looking at your Twitter page, but it looks like you were doing well. You had a lot of chips there.
Yeah, man. It's mostly my buy-in. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of guy. I'm doing okay, but mostly my buy-in, man. Those tables down there are pretty extreme. They get crazy really quick. So yeah. But yeah, mostly my buy-in.
I like that. What game do you usually play?
I like to play Texas Hold'em.
Nice.
5, 10, 20. I was gonna step out to the 20-40 table last night, but the 10-20 table was crazy. Guys had 25 to 50K in front of them, so it was a lot of action on that table.
Yeah, my buddy was out there. He was playing the World Series of Poker. I think it's still going on. I think he just left. He was there for 2 weeks. He's a solid poker player. He didn't make it to the final table, but I think he did very well. He was there for 2 weeks, and he always goes every year and competes for the World Series of Poker.
Yeah, for sure. I see all those guys, World Series of Poker, they got it going on on the side, and then they have the main poker room where people come and play cash games. But a lot of guys are showing up to the tables with World Series of Poker shirts so on. So some of the guys that played in the tournament, they're stepping out to the cash games. Yeah, really good action.
Absolutely, man. So what are you doing in Vegas? I know the UFC PI is out there. Are you training for upcoming fights, or just going out there for vacation?
Yeah, just came out to the UFC PI just to do a little bit of studies, research, kind of refine the body, get right, start, focusing on the body for the next fight, just getting in really good shape, and come and get some of the statistically based scientific stuff that they have at the PI and take it back home and use it to my advantage.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge advantage. I know a lot of fighters move out there to Vegas just to be close. I mean, you have the meal preps, you have obviously the best weights and equipment, you have the personal trainers, the nutritionists, you have the people that will stretch you out after, the saunas and the ice bath. Looks incredible there. I want to pull up a clip of you because I actually saw this on your Twitter page. You're talking about getting in shape, dude. You're probably this has to be the best shape you've been in or close to it, because this video right here, let me go ahead and pull this up on the screen. You posted it 2 days ago. You're absolutely pumping. You're absolutely pumping in this video here. You have the oxygen mask on the Airdyne bike. If you do these, for those that haven't done these at home by themselves, if you do these without the oxygen mask on, you do it for about 15 seconds, you're dead. Let's take a quick look at Derek doing this for 30 seconds with the oxygen mask on. Just absolutely pumping right here.
You're going to be poor. If you decide to be rich today, who going to stop you? Who? If you decide you want to be rich, all you got to do is start.
Not easy, what you're doing there, and it's pretty cool. Like you said, you have a coach there cheering you on. But walk us through this. What was this workout? Was this at the UFC PI recently, and what was that workout like?
Yeah, no, it's funny, man. My good shape isn't my good shape is great shape for other people. But to me, I'm not in good shape. I like to walk around 205. Right now, I'm about 213. So I'm trying to trim down about 7 to 8 pounds, get back to my walk around weight that I like. That's where I feel best, and just kind of add them to that frame. But that exercise right there it's kind of like a VO2 on the bike. So it kind of tells your threshold when you break. So to give you some data to say, hey, this is when you get tired. This is what you work on. So then it gets back to the trainer. Then they start developing a workout to help increase your strength, your cardio.
I like that. So they have it all dialed in to a science. Do you like that? I mean, are you a science guy like that, or are you more like, look, let me just work out and let me get in there and fight? Or do you like the numbers and the analytics that are tied with it?
No, so I'm not huge on science or anything like that. But those guys know what they're doing. They get you really tired. They know when you get tired, so then they go and develop a workout to help you get past that threshold and also stop that lactic acid. So I think they're able to put together some good data off of what you give them. So yeah, I'm all about that. The number one thing is let me train and then I go fight. But in order to take care of your body, and guys like LeBron James stretching out his career, this guy spends a lot of money on his body.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you're going to get longevity in this sport, is really taking care of your body. And in life, you only get one body, so take care of your body, the physical, the inside and outside.
Absolutely. And I think LeBron James spends over $1 million a year on his body recovery, which is insane. But it's when you're making, he's making billions now. I think he's the first athletic billionaire, right? Like that just happened. So it's worth it to spend that type of money. Now, before we get into the crypto side of things, for those that don't know Derek Brunson, it's an honor to have you on the show, man. I've been a fan of yours for a while. I've been watching you fight for years. So it's a really cool experience. But you've been fighting in the UFC for how long? How long have you been fighting in the UFC?
12 years.
12 years in the UFC. You fought the best of the best. You've been a top ranked opponent for pretty much all of those 12 years. And you've been on a nice win streak. Obviously, your last fight, you lost to Cannonier, but before that, a 4 or 5 fight win streak. You fought my buddy Ian Heinisch. He's a good friend of the channel. You fought Kevin Holland, who we're going to talk about in just a second. You fought the current champ, Israel Adesanya. What has your journey been like those 12 years, man? What has your experience been like, being a top fighter in the UFC over the course of 12 years?
Man, it's a long grind. It's consistency, it's patience. That's what anything in life. You need consistency, you need patience. So like it's funny, like what we're talking about mainly today is crypto.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that you need patience. If you want to see the finish line, you need patience, you need perseverance. You need to be strong-minded and understand that, hey, I'm making an investment that's going to pay off in the long run. So I kind of took that approach every day into my training. Work hard, just keep chipping away, investing time, having patience, putting in the hard work, and then it pays off. But to be in the UFC for 12 years plus, that's pretty hard to do, man. I've seen some like really good, talented fighters. They come in the UFC 2 or 3 fights and they're gone. Because every time you step out there, you're stepping out against some of the best fighters in the whole world. So yeah, man, it just takes a lot of consistency and patience.
I like that analogy, how you tied cryptocurrency to, UFC, because I'm sure you've probably had, in your career, like these down moments, right? Like where you've been maybe a 2-fight losing streak, 3-fight losing streak, and you have to come back. And I feel like a lot of investors are in that right now. Like a lot of people are down on their money, and we just keep getting hit with bad news after bad news, right? We saw what happened with Celsius. We're seeing Voyager, a major exchange, go bankrupt today. We get hit with the inflation rate, right? We just saw that the inflation is 9.1%, higher than people expected, right? So it's like you keep getting hit with bad news after bad news. As a professional athlete, right, and someone that has a strong mind, right, mental toughness is probably huge for you. What are your thoughts during these hard times? Is this something that you kind of just weather the storm with and make it through it? Or, obviously you probably don't panic, but like, what advice could you give someone right now that's a little bit worried with crypto and where it's going in the future?
Yeah, everybody always likes to panic when things go bad, but that's when you really should lock in and start focusing and be like, okay, what is my end goal? What did I get in this for? I was listening to Mark Cuban talk about crypto, and he's a guy, multiple time billionaire. He was just saying, these are one of the things a lot of people panic, and obviously when people are panicking and they start selling, then crypto is going to go down. Yeah. But it's going to be those smart people that take advantage of that. They jump in, get it when it's low, and when it goes back up high, then it's going to be a thing. I really believe that crypto is going to be a thing of the future. It's a smart way to spend money, trade money. If you're in another country, you can use that currency to buy stuff. You don't have to like convert it over to euros or convert it over to reais if you're in Brazil or something like that. You can just kind of use one exchange, know what you're paying, and it's pretty much that simple. So yeah, definitely you gotta have some patience and you gotta understand what's your end goal. Again, I got another guy that's he's a stock market guy. And he has 50 million, He showed me, he's like, hey, man, look, I'm down 1.5 million today, but he doesn't stress, he doesn't trip, he doesn't complain. He just look at it like, hey, this is the best time to buy. And then when it goes down more, he's like, okay, well, it's even better time to buy. But once you do your research and if there's a strong backing, strong community, then you pretty much got yourself into something good. So it's just all about just waiting it out until the boom comes.
Absolutely. That's what I've been doing during these times. I've been buying, dollar cost averaging into my favorite cryptocurrencies, right? Bitcoin. I've been buying quite a bit of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot, Cardano, Volt Inu. A couple, I've been focused more on the blue chips and a couple of my meme coin plays, just dollar cost averaging in, because it's like cryptocurrency is inevitable. You just kind of gave a great example about not having to convert. Like if I'm in, Bitcoin is Bitcoin anywhere, right? The US dollar, you can't really use in China, right? But Bitcoin, you can use all over. Another reason I like it is just the speed and the ease, like the easeability, right? If I wanted to send you Bitcoin right now, I could send it right now. I could send you up to 100 million. I could send you $100 million. It would get there instantly. It would go from A to B, and the fee would be about $2, and no governments could stop it, right? Like that's what I love about it. Now, if I want to send you $100 million in cash, It's going to have to go through different banks. It's going to have to get checked off by people. It might take up to 2 weeks.
Yeah,
like, it's crazy. So it's like crypto is something that's going to be inevitable, and these are the best times to be purchasing it. When exactly? I'm actually curious. When did you get into crypto? Like, when did you first? What's your crypto story? When did you hear about it? When did you start investing in it? And when do you kind of really, have that belief that this is going to be the future?
So I wasn't one of the fortunate guys to jump in like super early. I heard about crypto, and then I started doing my research, started checking it out, and then I started investing, buying a little bit. I started buying a little bit of Bitcoin, Ethereum. Then I started hearing about the other projects, and yeah, I just kind of fall through it. I just wasn't one of those guys to catch Bitcoin when it was like $25 or something like that.
Yeah.
I have friends who caught it around then. But and it's funny, I have friends that caught it around then. Their story is I bought it when it was like $25, and it went up to like 400, and then it went down a little bit. So I got nervous and I sold it.
Oh, it's probably worse like that. Like
yeah, and then what? Bitcoin jumped up to like 67 at one point.
Yeah,
67,000. So yeah, it's one of those things, man. Wish I would have gotten it earlier. Everybody wish that they can do things, they can reverse time and do things, but the time is now. If you see something that has potential, and it's funny when I jumped in, I started going to looking at coins that were wasn't that expensive, because when it takes off, boom, you got all these coins, and then you got all this, all these shares or whatever coins, excuse me, and then it goes up, and now you're rich, you're a millionaire. So I think that's an important thing too. Small investments, stay strong, and just wait for it. Do your research.
Absolutely. And everybody has that, that Bitcoin story, but I'm actually glad I didn't get in that early, because I probably would have sold like that guy. Like if I invested and it was at, $3 and it went up to 100, I probably would have sold my entire bag and would be hating myself now. But here's the thing. And I always look, less than 5% of people in the world own any cryptocurrency. So I have conversations with people all the time. And I actually had this mental roadblock too before I went all in on cryptocurrency. I was like, look, I'm too late. Bitcoin's at like, 20,000. It was like like when I decided to go all in, I'm like, I'm too late. It's too late. It was at 3,000 6 months ago. I'm too late. But guess what? It went up to 67,000, and you're always too late. Like there is no better time than really the present right now to get in, right? For everybody that's watching. Like I have family members that aren't in, and I'm like, what's blocking you? Is it like the knowledge? Have you not done your research on it? Is it? I think for a lot of people, it's just like it's kind of complicated, and it is. Cryptocurrency is complicated. You're like, what's the blockchain? What are all these other tokens? What are exchanges? What are these long wallet addresses? Like it's different than the traditional banking system, but I think it's important, like just to do your research and understand why people are so bullish on it. And you look at the people that back cryptocurrency, like it's not just it used to be for felons and drug traffickers and, the cartel, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, there's like legit people that are developing and building in cryptocurrency. So, 2022, it's been a rough year for crypto, but man, when there's blood on the streets, it's the best time to buy.
Yeah, for sure. And then also if you're not too sure, the smart thing to do would be to do your research, find a good coin, Volt, very good coin. Doesn't cost you that much. Get some shares, get some coins, save it, wait for it to go up. If it doesn't go up, you don't lose a whole lot. Low risk, high reward. That's the crypto game. Low risk, high reward. You can get it like this. If you're a guy that like to go out and party, go to the club, hey, maybe take a weekend off. Let's say you're gonna spend $150, $200. Take that $200, put it in a coin, wait for it to go up. That's the same thing if you going out, spending alcohol. Maybe go out, don't drink, just be social. Save and take that money you would have spent on alcohol, put it in a coin.
So smart. Not a lot of people look at it that way. It's right. It's like, oh, it's $150, $200 to invest. Like that's a lot, but they'll go out and they'll blow $500 on a table and bottle service. It's like, yeah, we have to kind of flip that mentality, because it's like that $500 that you put into a token that might turn into, I've seen it turn into 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, right? But it's that mentality flip that we have to change. Now, I want to talk about a token that you are sponsored by, the Volt Inu token. How has it been? Because I've been seeing the Volt Army, when you post about Volt, and you post a lot about Volt, I love to see it. I've been seeing the Volt Army, man. They've been rating you like I've never seen before. What's been your first reaction and your reaction to how welcoming the Volt Army has been for you?
Man, the Volt Army is great. I just got on. I had Telegram for years. So I just started using it. You know, I looked up Volt on Telegram, and man, it's a huge community, man. It's a lot of people. So like, yeah, man, whenever I tweet out or, you know, talk about Volt, there's a lot of people backing, you know, there's a lot of people excited, strong community. And that's one of the things, you know, strong communities would face and make it through bad times. So if you're having a hard time picking a crypto, you know, hey, go with Volt, man. Strong community, a lot of backers. You know, you just keep adding to it. Like, I know these guys just do this little pyramid thing. Hey, get a whole bunch of people, buy coins, keep growing the community, and then, yeah, later, for sure, it'll pay off for you.
Absolutely. And I want to give a huge shout out to Crypto Chick. She said, thank you, Jake. Voted up, Derek. Welcome to the Volt community. Guys, if you are bullish on having the number 4 ranked middleweight in the world, Derek Brunson, part of the Volt Army, put so many electricity bolts in the comments that the stream stops. I want the stream to break right now. Spam the comments so much. Show that love.
Blonde, you get it right.
What? Oh, Blonde Brunson, not Derek.
And you know what? Some other thing I just thought about too was talking about LeBron James. You know, this guy spends $1. I think LeBron got some crypto, man. I think he had Bitcoin when it was like 25. He sold it and he just like, hey, boom, I'm gonna pay for all to take care of my body, pay $1 million, you know, with crypto, man. I think that's a secret, man. I
mean, dude, a lot of these guys got in early. And look, I just changed it. Blonde Brunson, I just changed it. Look at that. Look below. Live with Blonde Brunson. No more Derek Brunson. We're live. We we move quick here on the Jay Gagan Show, but you can see this. Look at all the comments coming in. Look, everybody's stoked, bro. I'm stoked to have you here because you know you're a great fighter, and you know what I also admire about you too is like you're also a businessman. Remember when I called you the other day and you're like you were at your gym and you have your gym, and I think I talked to Ian Heinich and you might be even setting up like a fight promotion down the road. Is that something that you might be doing as well?
Oh yeah, so I already have a fight promotion. I formed that back in 2018, 19. So yeah, we're like on our 13th and 14th show. So I like to keep things going, you know, patience, work hard at it, you know, eventually it's going to pay off. You know, it's crazy though. You see other promotions that's been around for a while, getting guys in the UFC, you know, and I'm like, I don't have that yet, but guess what? Keep chipping away. Keep being patient. I'm eventually going to have that, you know, be a good feeder to the bigger promotions and, you know, push a lot of guys through to the bigger promotions, whether it's, you know, UFC or another major promotion.
Absolutely. And look, we've talked a few times, you know, offline, but online, you're saying a lot of things. It's like you're preaching what I always preach to is patience. It's like, I don't know if it's just because we're in this hyper growth era and you see 21-year-olds making millions of dollars online and like everyone wants to rush, but it's like to build good things, you have to work hard. It's going to take a long time and you have to have patience, you know, and you're also going to face a lot of trials and tribulations. But that's one thing that you've been saying a lot is like patience. And even you, it's like you're, you know, a UFC veteran that's had a lot of success in his career. You're building something different with a fight promotion. And even though you've had a lot of success and have a major name in the fight promotion, you're still preaching patience, right? So I think that's important to note here.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's number one. You know, everybody want to be rich. But what are you going to do? Just walk outside and be rich? No, you got to like set a path. You got to pick something that, you know, feel is a good way to get what you want, and you got to work towards it. You know, there's no easy or get rich scheme in life. You got to pick something, be patient, and wait. You know, that's how life is. You know, crypto is a great thing to invest in.
Oh, it's great. So I want to ask you as well. You know, you got into crypto. You're into crypto. I know you buy a lot of cryptos. Are you into NFTs yet?
I haven't. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I had somebody contact me about creating an NFT. They want to create the Blonde Brunson NFT, but I'm not. I just know a little bit about it, you know. So I'm waiting to like, you know, set aside some time because anything that I do, I like to like thoroughly investigate, know exactly what's going on. So yeah, that's one of the things I want to really sit down, you know, watch some videos, get on YouTube. That's the best way. If you want to know something, go to YouTube. You can sit there, watch a couple videos, 3 or 4, kind of like average it out, take a little bit from each video and see about what is right.
Yeah, well, I'd be happy to help you, or at least talk offline and brainstorm with you about the Blonde Brunson NFTs, because I have some good ideas for you that would give access to your fans, like give special access to you, right, for your NFTs. Like, hey, whether it's come to like they buy the tier 1, it's like come to a UFC fight main event with Blonde Brunson. Tier 2 is like, you know, FaceTimes or meet and greets. Tier 3 is like sign merch. Like I can help you kind of brainstorm some cool NFT ways, right? Because Gary Vee has NFTs and he does it the best. His artwork isn't that great, but the utility it gives his fans and people access to Gary Vee, right? And I'm sure you have thousands of fans that would love to have some sort of access to you, whether it's a FaceTime call, whether it's a special group, right? Whether it's joining your Discord, whether it's like the tier 1, like I said, coming to a UFC fight, right? So I'd be happy to brainstorm that with you afterwards or later next week and just chat about that.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds dope, man.
But the NFTs, the reason I brought it up is because Volt Inu is dropping some NFTs at the end of this month. And I got to tell everybody right now, I always be transparent. I reached out to Voltoshi, who's the lead developer, and I said, Voltoshi, I need to see a sneak peek of the NFTs. Derek, Blonde Brunson, he sent me these things. They are fucking sick. They're going to be dropping at the end of this month, NFTs. It might be your first NFT. Honestly, you know what? I'm going to say it live on the air, guys. I'm buying Blonde Brunson an NFT. I'm buying Blonde Brunson his first NFT, and I'm gonna buy 10 of them, and whichever one's the best, I'm giving to you. Whichever one's the best, I'm giving to you.
I like it.
So this is what he said here. Shout out to my guy Ian Randall in the chat. But Voltoshi, he's tweeting it out. So David Gokshin's a big leader in the space. He said, I'm still looking for some sick NFT artwork, not from Fiverr. And Voltoshi tweeted out, don't miss the Volt NFT trailers coming out this week. We have breaking news. The Volt NFT trailers are going to be dropping live tomorrow night on Pablo Crow's channel. I'll also be on there, but it was a gift that he put. And he's putting these dragons. And I was trying to do Voltoshi's math problems. He's a math wizard. He always leaves these little clues for the community to find out. Here's the dragon here. So we understand that there probably is going to be some dragons. And he tweeted this out last night. He said, you will want to be one of the 8 dragons. Now, I don't know what this means exactly, but I'm believing that there's going to be certain rarities. How we kind of talked about for you, like having a tier 1, tier 2. I think there's going to be 8 very, very special ones, rare ones. But the other ones, like I said, guys, I saw them. I'm sworn to secrecy. I can't share them out. Maybe I'll send Derek